Donald J. Trump has just sent another person to the graveyard, metaphorically. And in this breaking story, you're gonna want to see who's next and why. And while I don't like admitting it, the truth of the matter is Donald Trump is very good, even in his first term, at one specific thing, and that is scaring the hell out of every single elected official in this country who has an R for Republican in front of their party by choice. And in this breaking story, what you're about to see is the graveyard that continues to pile up, because how do you go about quitting Donald Trump, and or more notably, how do you go about pushing against Donald Trump while still in elected office? I'm going to show that story to you in a few seconds. Let's take a quick listen to a recent bear trap that one Republican from Iowa, a senator, she went and stepped in. This.
Iowa Republican Senator Joni Ernst seems unbothered about the outrage over her response to concerns about Medicaid cuts hurting people. This happened during a town hall on Friday. I want you to take a listen to what Ernst originally said, and after an attendee shouted, "People will die," in response to talking about Medicaid cuts, and then what she posted on social media as a response to the outrage. Let's roll that tape.
People are not, well, we all are going to die.
Always a great response when you say we're all going to die to people in your town hall. Oh, but there's more.
I made an incorrect assumption that everyone in the auditorium understood that, yes, we are all going to perish from this earth. So I apologize. And I'm really, really glad that I did not have to bring up the subject of the tooth fairy as well.
Yeah, she couldn't help herself by making some sort of heartfelt apology, but finishing it with a snarky comment about the tooth fairy. And then David Axelrod on CNN said this.
David, what do you think?
I mean, that's how I would cast. That's how I would cast if I were them. I think it was. I think Scott's right. She said what she said at the end of a longer answer, and probably could have gotten away with that. But putting up that spot the next day, because people will be affected when you take 7, 8, 9 million people off of Medicaid. There will be people who will die. There will be people who are affected. And it was really insensitive of her to put that video up, and politically stupid.
But there's this curious thing that's been happening in elections recently, and that is Republicans in places where Trump won big getting their butt kicked. And in this breaking story, one Miss Joni Ernst, senator from Iowa, may have just taken a note from all of those recent losses, plus the one that just happened in her own state. And Joni and Donald Trump are now another one down that Trump has inherently sent to the graveyard because Joni doesn't want to push back. Check out this breaking story. Breaking news. In response to the recent win by Democrat Caitlin Dry, who flipped Iowa's SD1, a district Trump won by 11.5 points in 2024, defeating Republican Christopher Prosh in a landslide special election and breaking the GOP supermajority 54-45. What we now have, because Trump is facing serious trouble in both the House now and the Senate, breaking news. Republican U.S. Senator Joni Ernst from Iowa will reportedly not seek re-election. This comes after many devastating polls show that Republicans are slipping in Iowa. Oh, they're not just slipping, they're losing, and it's going downhill fast. Yeah, look at that. Joni Ernst stepping down. I guess you can't really come back from a "we're all gonna die" comment, along with the fact that you are far too weak to actually push back against one Donald Trump, like almost everyone in your entire party across the entire country. Let this be noted to all of the Dems out there and all the fresh candidates who may be running for the House and even some in the Senate now. You better take a page out of Gavin Newsom's book. You better take a page out of Governor Pritzker's book in Illinois, because this is how you get it done, and this is how you win elections in the era of Donald Trump. You guys, stay frosty.